This is the Offside brought to you by Arsenal Fans Beat, and on this edition of the show, I have a couple of guys in the studio. Today we don't have Danny from Manchester United, no Michael from Chelsea, but we have Ahmed, a favorite Liverpool fan. Ahmed, it's good to have you back on the show again today.
Thank you very much.
And I also have Nene Fofana and Gassi Musila. On this edition of the show, we'll be talking about a couple of things. One of the things that we're going to be looking at is, does the international break bring positive views to club sides and players? Because these players, all we understand by international break is that a player needs to have the opportunity of going to rest. But somehow, we find out that this player use the opportunity to travel far and wide to play for their countries, like those players that play in the Premier League from South America. And sometimes, or most times, they return from this international break with a lot of injuries. Like recently, Trossard of Arsenal got injured playing for his country against Israel. And the other thing that we're going to be looking at is what truly makes a world-class player. We just saw recently Troy Deeney, former Premier League player that played for Watford City, turned out to say that Mohamed Salah is not a world-class player. Now he's a pundit and he has his opinion. He said Mohamed Salah is not a world-class player. And we're also going to be looking at and it's lost interest in Milos Kerkez of Bournemouth City. You don't forget that Liverpool has got Andy Robertson and some other young players in their arsenal. And somehow, if Milos Kerkez happens to join Liverpool, it means that the young players will not have the opportunity of playing for Liverpool. So, I'm coming to you right away, Mohamed. Let's look at it. International break. Is it a positive one for players, club sides, and country?
International break is a no-go for me because the international break always make the weekend to be boring and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a no-go for me because it always bring negativity. Because most of the times the players they will be fine while going for international break, and when they came back,
they have injuries.
They come back with injuries. So I think the international break should be done like the Champions League, like let me say Tuesdays and Wednesdays instead of 2 weeks. 2 weeks is too much. For the players to be going for 2 weeks, I think it's too much. Mostly the South Americans, they somehow struggling because of the distance.
Long trip,
yeah, most of them, and they usually playing in this rough pitch and all, and their game is very, very intensive. Very, very intensive. So for them to be playing 2 games every international break somehow is too much. It's too much for the players.
Okay, let's hold it there. Nene, what's the opinion about this?
I can't really put it bad on the international break, but just that at some point it's really disturbing, especially when key players from starting team go to represent their country, which is a good thing, by the way. I'm a Brazil fan. I love Brazil and I want to see these big players coming together and do something. But I think that maybe these key players should only come up when it's bigger tournaments, not friendlies.
They need their key players to win matches.
I know, but take England, for instance. There is no Declan Rice, there is no Bukayo Saka, Palmer, or so Grealish, or others. No, but they're doing very well without them. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's why they did not play.
I'm sure Bellingham is not even with the squad, right?
No,
but they are doing very. He's with them.
Yeah.
Okay, but they are doing very well. So at some point, this friendlies, so qualifiers match, like I don't think that the players, these key players for their club, should be going there. Like England, they have a lot of players, lots, that they don't even know who to start and who to bench. And other teams as well, like Brazil, we know Brazilians are all over the place. Looking at other countries as well. So I just think that maybe for their friendlies, especially friendly games, let's give chance to the players that are in the country. Yes, to build their confidence, bringing new players, the friendly, like bigger tournaments like the World Cup, the Copa America, Euros, okay, Nations Cup, okay, fine, let these key players comes. But these little friendlies, moving the players, them, and it's always end in pain for one or two big clubs. Their players are coming back injured. The last match it was Odegaard. Now it's Trossard for Arsenal, and it's continuing. Yes, and he's a key player. So it's really frustrating. I actually don't like international break unless maybe when Brazil is
frustrating for Nene and you, Gasimo.
For me, actually, I'm not seeing it as if it's a bad thing because the players, they deserve to be called for their national teams. And reason being, it's if you cannot call your best player or players that can perform for your country, it's needless for you to have these other home-based players, because these other home-based players need to have their own club. You understand that they represent. So at that point, they need them, because if you cannot call them, let's say when the bigger competition come, there is no way you can know whether they can perform or neither they cannot perform. You understand? The only problem that I have with this international break, it's the amount of game time, the game playing, the way they have added the leagues for the players. You understand? There are too much playing time for
Nations League, World Cup qualifier.
Yes, that's the only thing. But the international break has been there since years back. You understand? I think the break should be, it's about 3 or 4 times. You understand? Throughout the football calendar. So it's not a bad thing for me. I'm only concerned about the game time. At least they should limit the game time for the players. I think that is my only concern.
Okay. Guys in the comment section, their submission is negative, it's frustrating, and limiting the number of game time that these players play, because these players are even complaining. Before Rodri got injured, he was complaining about the number of games that the players play.
Yes, it's too much.
I think the organizers of football should look into this, because these are human beings, they're not robots. And the other one that we're going to be talking about is the issue of who is truly a world-class player. Mohamed Salah has played for Liverpool 366 times, having scored 221 goals for Liverpool and also providing 99 assists. He's just third on the list of top goal scorers for Liverpool. You remember Ian Rodgers scored 339 goals for Liverpool, and Roger Hunt scored 263 goals for Liverpool. So you will look at it that Mohamed Salah is a legend of sorts at Liverpool. And today, Troy Deeney, former Watford player who is now a pundit, said Mohamed Salah is not a world class. Guys, this one shocked me, because you remember sometime in this show we spoke about whether Bukayo Saka is a world class, and we look at the numbers he keep on putting on, and we start asking ourselves the question, who is truly a world class player? Mohamed Salah has won Premier League, Super Cup, Champions League. In the last 7 years, he has been consistent in scoring goals for Liverpool. He has been notching important goals for Liverpool, both on international level. He plays for his country, he's providing assists and he's scoring. So, over to you, my Liverpool fan. Tell me, do you really agree with what Troy Deeney said?
Of course, Troy Deeney doesn't even know what he was saying. Imagine telling us that Salah is not world class and he wants his kid to be like Vinicius Junior. Can you imagine? When Mo Salah came to Liverpool, they were saying, oh, he's a one-season wonder. And for the past 8 seasons, he has been performing consistently. So you see, Salah, one thing about Salah, he has been very, very underrated. He has been very, very underrated. Because Mo Salah is doing well and they are not even hitting him. So you see, for the past how many seasons, he has been scoring goals, giving assists, but yet still, when it comes to Ballon d'Or, they don't even consider him. So it's unfair. It's unfair to the man.
So that brings to, let me hold you there. That brings to the point, Gasimo. Let me take you on this. That, because he made a very remarkable point there. Considering the numbers that Mohamed Salah put in every season, the Ballon d'Or has never been considered.
Yes, never.
So do you really think there's a problem in the nomination or how the Ballon d'Or is being organized by the organizers of this Ballon d'Or?
Well, let me rephrase you.
And also looking at, before you rephrase me, and also looking at, does it really mean that Mohamed Salah is not a world class?
Okay, I will start with the Ballon d'Or issue. Mo Salah has been selected for the Ballon d'Or. It's just about that. He is unfortunate to be part of the last three. You understand? He has been there.
There has just been once.
Yes, he has been there. They have voted him. It's just that he's unfortunate to at least come out to the top three who could have at least won the Ballon d'Or. Now, the issue about him not being a world class player, I just wish that I have a one-on-one discussion with Redini. Let me ask him this question, whether he know what he is saying. You understand? Because looking at Mo Salah, that player has been carrying Liverpool on his shoulder.
Yeah.
You understand? He has won the African best.
Exactly.
Mo Salah. So I just want to know why Troy Deeney is saying Mo Salah is not a world class player. He has come up to the rank of the top Premier League goal scorers of all time. He's on the list.
Yes.
Mo Salah. Not talking about Liverpool. Imagine, so thinking about Mo Salah's number, he has been assisting, creating chances for Liverpool. He's the only player that Liverpool rely on. Liverpool cannot rely
He
on
almost
Nunes.
provide the moment
Exactly.
of magic when you give him opportunity.
Yes, look at the Champions League final when Mo Salah was not there.
Yeah.
How Liverpool struggled
We fell
without
off
him.
completely.
You
when
see,
he
so
got injured.
it's baseless for him to say. Maybe Troy didn't need attention. He's a new pundit. Exactly. So he has been creating.
Okay, so we too need to start saying something.
Exactly.
I know, right?
You know.
He
So,
just want clicks.
okay,
That's
Nene, once we discussed about the issue of Saka and we looked at the numbers and said this guy is notching it up for club and country at a very young age, and yet people say he's not a world class. Today, it is the tone of a player that everything we want to be on their side. So, what's your opinion?
Well, first I agree with Gassimo. Most of these pundits just want to stay relevant. And unfortunately for him, this is not the way you stay relevant, because how can you look at somebody like Mo Salah, who has carried Liverpool on his shoulders? He's one of their key players, if not the most important. He's the one that
he's the most
truly
important,
understands the system. They are this type of player wherein their impact, because that is what I know of a world class player, like the impact that player has in his team and country. And we all know Salah. This is Mohamed Salah, somebody that has won the African best. There's Champions League, Super Cup, Premier League, and other leagues to count for. There is also the numbers. He has scored, he has made big impact, and he has been consistent throughout the past seasons. It's rather unfortunately that these pundits, in the most respectful manner as possible, like, they don't really understand what they are saying. Because if you understand a world-class player, then you can't be telling certain players that they are not world-class. Because these players are players that the team can't do without. And if your team can't do without you, it means you're a world-class player. So, coming from a man who, I wonder how many goals he has even in Premier League, it's quite obvious.
Guys, please, you need to go to the comment section. Let us know your opinion. This is our submission here. Personally, I would say there is no doubt about it. Mohamed Salah is a world-class player. For a player that's gone to play in the Champions League, he has done the numbers and he has been consistent. We recall the Champions League finals between Real Madrid and Liverpool. Sergio Ramos needed to be crafty to kill him in that game to ensure that Real Madrid controls. And the moment he got injured, Liverpool were never the same again. So it's left for you to make your voice count and let us know your opinion. So going further, Liverpool are making some advancements to sign a young player from Bournemouth City. And that's no other person than the left back defender from Bournemouth, known as Milos Kerkez. And looking at it, Liverpool has got Andy Robertson and some other young players that are coming up on the route. Do you really think that Andy Slot is going in the right direction to spend £40 million on Milos Kekes. I'm coming back to you again, Ahmed, because you guys have got Andy Robertson, a formidable left back player, and some other couple of young players. Because I recall when they got injured, you had some couple of young players that fitted in and that played very well. So going for Milos Kekes of Bournemouth City, do you think is a good idea?
It's a good idea. Because Robertson, since he got injured last season, has never been the same again. And we have Simikas, who is playing second fiddle to Robertson, but somehow Simikas is not consistent. Like, can give you one good game out of 5. So you see, and Milos Kekes is one of the best left back in the league.
Premier League, yeah.
Yes, he's one of the best, and he's just 19 years, right?
Yeah, he's
So you
19.
see, going for Kekes, I think is a good.
Look at him
move,
for the future.
Yeah, it's a good move. We even went and signed Mama Dashvili. We have Allison and we have the best number 2 goalkeeper in the world. I told you the last time when you said we are going to struggle.
This guy, you guys
last
struggle.
time-
Look at the goals we
Listen,
scored
I'm
against you
coming.
guys now.
I'm coming. No.
I love you for one thing, Ahmed. We love you for one thing. You on offside, you're one person that is always positive. You know, off camera, you agreed that you guys lost that match.
No, I'm coming.
So-
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, come.
Yeah, he's the best number 2 goalkeeper in the world.
He's trying.
The last time you told me that since Allison got injured, that department is going to fail off.
Yeah, so
But
far he has done well.
done well.
Yeah, he has done
So
well.
far, he has done well. So you see, so we have Allison, we have Kelleher, and we still went ahead and signed Mama Dashvili. He's one of the best young goalkeeper out there. So you see, sometimes you need to plan ahead. When we want to sign Mama Dashvili from Valencia, the board spoke to Allison, and he was like, "Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper. Go ahead and sign him, because we don't know what is going to happen."
So
the next 2
invariably,
seasons.
in your own opinion, and the slot is going in the right
It's
direction.
going in the right direction.
So what's your opinion? He's spending 40 million pounds for a young defender when he has got an experienced player
So you see-
in Simikas
I'm
and
coming.
Robertson.
I'm coming.
Just hold on. Let me take on the.
To me, I believe the managers knows best. These are people that have their team, they've studied their team, they know the weakness and the strength of their players. So going in for these players, they know what they're doing. It's similarly to Arsenal. We had the best defense last season, but this last summer we see Mikel going out for Calafiori, who is a defender. We are like, we don't need a defender, but so far we thank God there is a defender and also another midfielder. Even though we are saying we don't need that, we need a striker, but thank God he did. So the coach, they know their team. If he wants this player, I think the club should and fans should agree with him. Let's get this player.
Okay, guys.
Yes, for me, I believe it's all about reliability, consistency, and performance-wise. Because if an slot will have to go for Kekes, it shows that he believes in the player, and
Fantastic
the way Robertson and Tsimikas are playing, maybe the playing style that Arne Slot wants. The players Tsimikas and Robertson did not suit the playing style, so I think that is why he's going for Kekes, and he's a good player, and it shows the transition where Liverpool are going from. They are trying to build their team, even though they have the most formidable defense in the Premier League as of now. So, and recruiting Kekes will be a great addition in the team. So I think they are going in a good
Okay,
direction.
final one from you. Final one on the topic. Tell us.
On the topic.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say something. Yeah. So you see, as I was saying, now we have got 3 goalkeepers. Mama Dashvili is coming next season, so we don't know whether Allison is going to stay with us next. You know these Brazilians, right? They love money, so
Everybody
maybe
loves
season. Not
I
as
don't
much as
attack our players. Don't attack my Brazilian players.
So you see, Allison might be off to Saudi next season. So now we have got Mama Dashvili, very reliable goalkeeper, and Kelleher. So you see, if somehow Allison went to Saudi, we have now got 2 young goalkeepers. So maybe we are going to in that department. So
Yeah.
the Kekes but Robertson might be leaving next season too.
Okay.
So now we have Simikas, who is not that
And you have
impressive.
so you're looking at having Kekes as a
yeah,
backup.
Kekes, and we have young this boy Clark. Clark is also a good left back coming up. So it's maybe we are going to use Kekes and Clark in that position, whilst Robertson and this guy Simikas will move on.
Yes, before you say something, he made mention of something I wanted to at least throw stones on.
I like that. Please throw the stone.
Yes, he said,
Somebody sitting in between.
I know. I think you will be the guy. But I don't want to send some punch. He made mention that Keller was the number 2 goalkeeper in the world. For me, I
The
totally
best number 2
disagree.
goalkeeper in the world.
You understand? Because
the best
let's go
number
to
2
Spain.
goalkeeper
Let's
in
go
the
to
world.
Spain. Real Madrid, they have Lunin. When Courtois was injured,
Yes.
you understand? You saw what Lunin did for Real Madrid. He struggled with Real Madrid until they won the Champions League last season.
Yes.
And
So you
Keller
cannot say
has been
Keller-
doing the same
Keller
thing.
has been lucky because of the
Yes,
defense.
Yes, the
been good.
defense.
He has
Yes,
been
exactly.
performing.
So far, Liverpool has a very good defense so far this
Exactly.
season.
So you cannot say
That is what was covering Ramsdale while they was in
Arsenal
Arsenal.
scored.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, look at the way he came out.
That's not his
Penalty.
fault.
Anyways, guys, now the other one, the last but not the least that we're going to be talking about is looking at £72 million Nicolas Pepe that joined Arsenal with a bright and shining career ahead of him. But somehow he bottled it up when he came to the Emirates and he couldn't perform. And somehow he went back to Turkey. From Turkey, he went back to France, trying to find his playing level again. And today he's playing for Villarreal. But he's in the news for the wrong options. Because I look at it that having married while he was in Arsenal and somehow he has got 2 kids, and today he's in the news because he's dating an adult porn star known as Tien Trump. And the issue for me here is, how do you correlate this, considering the fact that you've got young children and this person is an acclaimed adult porn star, and you are flirting with a girl, lady on the social media, and you're looking about reigniting your playing career again? So my submission here is personal submission. This is I don't think this is good for his playing career. But I'm going to ask my colleagues in the studio, starting with Gasim, what is your opinion? Because looking at it, that this is a young player and is looking at reigniting his playing career. He felt that at Arsenal he was not given the opportunity. We all know here that he was given the opportunity to play, but he just couldn't notch his playing position in the team.
I think it's a bad precedent for the children, because if they know, they'll say, "Oh, why is that our dad?"
Especially in this era of social media,
Exactly.
children can see anything.
You know, so I think it's a bad choice for him. Personally, for me, it's a bad choice, because if you want to create your career back in football, and we have pundits, we have people critics who can criticize you to the point that you cannot even focus in playing football, and it happens when he was in Arsenal, because Nicolas Pepe is this type of player that he listens too much to the social medias. Because if you are playing football, you know that you are a good player. Your personality should be different from that of listening out to people. Because if you do listening to people, because you have haters, you have also people who love you. People can hate you for no reason. You understand? Yeah. So by people hating you for no reason, they can make all sort of stories just to at least make you lost focus in whatever you're doing. So, and the aspect of him being divorced with his wife, so I think that is another reason for him to at least lost his focus, or saying that, let me just flick with this person, maybe he might change my career, or he can at least give some emotional support to me or so. But for me personally, it's a very wrong choice for me.
Nene, talking about emotional support, you're a woman now, and we're talking about lady Tien Trump. That's the name of the lady. That's the name she's known for. So, what is your opinion? Do you think that this will bring a negative vibe in the life of a player that is looking at, look, I need to start getting back my numbers and start playing well the way I used to play before?
Well, I'm looking at it in a 2 way. if he maybe is doing it to become relevant again, he wants to be on social media, he wants to be the topic for shows or so, maybe that is why he's doing it. But in another way, even at that, if you want to stay relevant, you need to do it in a more positive manner. Like you rightly mentioned, he's a father of kids, and if I'm not wrong, he might have a daughter. And if my father is dating a porn star, it means there's nothing wrong with being a porn star. So that might have a negative influence in the life of his child. So if he's doing that, it's setting a bad line or bad something for for his daughter, because she might end up admiring the work of porn star, and that is so negative, and we all know that is not a good thing. He rightly mentioned that in these days of social media, everything can be said, you can see videos, everything is live there, and it's also going to affect the mental state of his kids, because we all know how people are good at provoking. There'll come a time wherein they'll be provoking his kids, telling them that their daddy is dating a porn star, blah, blah, blah. And which is a porn star, blah, blah. And this is not good. And we all know these pundits, especially, imagine somebody says Salah is not a world class. What would that pundit said about him? So looking at all of that, I don't think that this is a step in need. For a man that has a failed career that is trying to come back, this is not a right start, because this lady is a porn star. I mean, a sexual drive, as adults, we all know it might be up there. So let's say Pepe end up falling in love with her and he can't satisfy her sexually. So the lady will be looking for somebody else, and that will be a big distraction to him. Instead of focusing on himself, building his career, he'll be focusing on one or two side attraction coming from the lady. So to me, it's not a good thing. Although he's an adult, he has right to his own decision. Who am I to judge him? But it's not a big step. It's a very bad step.
Ahmed, so far, the lady in question is even supporting him on the social media, wearing Villarreal's t-shirt on match days.
Oh, see love.
So tell us what your opinion is.
Personally, I don't think it's a good idea. Most of these players should be looking at Lionel Messi. Messi is not only a good player, but he's a good family man. You see, one thing about life, if you have a happy family, you are a happy man. If you are a happy man, whatever you are doing in this world, you are going to do it with joy. So you see, so some of these are the things these players should be looking at. Most of the players that are struggling is because the struggle is coming from their
Relationship.
their personal life. So you see, most of them, like for
beings
example,
like us.
this Argentine Icardi was one of the finest strikers out there.
Yeah, I
But
recall they had issues in
he
his
started
relationship.
falling off because of relationship issues. So you see, since we heard about Messi and his wife,
Antonella.
we have never, for instance, had something like, oh, they are going through this thing or they are going through that. So by doing so, by setting those examples, things will be going for you easy. So you see, family is very important. So these players should be looking at Messi and doing the things that he has been
And learn
doing.
from them.
Exactly. They need to be learning from him.
Okay.
Because Messi is one of the most
Yeah.
smartest player in the
And
world.
it's consistent too.
He's consistent, and the way he's doing things, I think he's doing it the right way.
Okay.
And his career says
Speaks
it
for
all.
him.
Yeah. So
Anyways, guys in the comment section, my team have made their submission on all the issues that we brought about on offside. We spoke about the make or mar antics of the international break, how it affects players, countries, and club. We also spoke about the issue of who is truly a world-class player. What Chodini said by saying that Salah is not a world-class player. We also looked at and his lost idea of bringing in Milos Kekes, and we looked at of the pitch antics of Nicolas Pepe. All this put together we brought for you to make your comments and let us know your opinion. And on this edition of the Offside, I have Ahmed to thank, Nene Fofana to thank, and Gasimu to thank. And I remain your sincerely Kennedy Okidi. Once we come your way again, we are saying we are the
Offside.